He likes tennis. He's a sports guy. This guy's got a trumpet. This seems kind of rude to assume. Hi everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video, for coming back to the channel. My name's Amanda, and today we're going to talk about another favorite board game of mine from way back in the 90s, like 30 years ago. Okay, so today we're going to talk about A Perfect Match. A Perfect Match was one of those kind of girl sleepover games. We're just going to kind of discuss what this game is. So Perfect Match was actually released in the 90s as well. Now this is actually a Parker Brothers board game. So we're going to open it up and take a look and kind of go through how you actually play this game, okay? Now you'll notice comes with some different things here. The board game, or the board itself, is very basic. I don't think I ever took it out of this box. I just kind of left it in the box. But this is Perfect Match. I didn't even know that there was signage on this side of the board because I don't think I've ever taken this out of the box. Let's see, this is trademarked 1991. Okay, so a very basic looking board game. There's a start, different hearts all the way around, and we'll explain what we do, how we play this game. So we're gonna set that right there. Maybe. Comes with a little plastic thing that you can put your different cards in. Now this game, you have your cards here. They have green cards, pink cards, yellow cards, and then purple cards. And we'll kind of go through what each card does, what the purpose of it is as we're going through here. So let me get my cards arranged. Okay, so we're gonna put, there's a couple pink ones here. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if there was some kind of token or what you would use to actually go around. And also there had to have been a dice at some point, but I do not have a dice. So we're just gonna kind of go through and I'll show you that the dogs are going crazy. Simmer down. Okay, so how this game is played is you would have a dice, you would roll the dice, you would start on the start line, and you would roll, let's say, a 3. So you go 1, 2, 3. Since you've landed on a yellow, you would actually select a yellow card. Okay. Now the yellow cards have different clues on them, or different questions, I should say. And this question on this specific card says, if I wanted to impress a boy, I would A, sing, B, do something athletic, C, tell a joke, or D, show him my report card. Now, as the player, you have these little hearts here, and as you see, they have A, B, C, and D on them. So if I was asked this question, I would say, I would C, tell them a joke. So I would position the C at the very top, facing myself. And then whoever I was playing with, they would hear the question as well, and in their mind they would say, what would she do? Would she sing them a song? Would she tell them a joke? Something like that. They would make their guess on their heart as well, and then we would bring them together, and it used to, if it matched, it would make like a sound, like a bring, or so I don't even remember the sound that it used to make, but it no longer does make the sound anymore. And it actually says on here too, please do not break your heart. It says dropping or mishandling your heart beeper could make them malfunction or break. And I will tell you, probably sometime within the last 30 years, this must have taken a tumble because they do no longer work. But you can, I mean, you could play this game. You would just have to verbally say what you guess and then go from there. So let's say I'm playing with a friend. I said I would tell them a joke, and they agreed, yes, you definitely would tell them a joke. So then what I would do is I would collect one of these heart-shaped little plastic pieces here, and I would get that for getting my question correct. And you can do it however which way you want to do it, but whoever gets up to like 5 of these plastic hearts first wins. Whoever gets, or 15, or whatever you guys decide on, however you agree. So let's take a look at the cards and see what each of these cards say, because this is kind of funny. So the pink cards are, it says to draw 4 boys. Okay, so the pink cards, and the purple cards are what have the boys on them. Now these are not as good a quality as the Dream Phone, because you'll notice that these are, first of all, they're in black and white. And it's funny too, because they have these boys like holding different articles, like he likes tennis, he's a sports guy. This guy's got a trumpet, and then a drum and a bicycle. So you would pick 4 boy cards, and then you would read the question. Who can recite the alphabet while gargling? So I would look at the boy cards and I would decide which one of these 4 boys do I think would recite the alphabet while gargling. This seems kind of rude to assume. I think any one of these boys could probably do that. I think I could do that. I could recite the alphabet while gargling, but we're gonna give it to this guy, the guy on the bicycle. I don't know. I'm sorry, guy. Nothing personal. And then again, so you would ask that question, there would be 2 people. I would make my selection A, B, C, or D. And whoever my friend is would also make their selection A, B, C, or D. We would put these together, and if it made the noise, if we did make a match, then I would get another one of these pink or purple hearts. Now, as far as the blue cards, how these work is you're actually going to use the notepads, the perfect match notepads right here. So this says, make a list of 4 players or girls. And then the question is, so I would write down the 4 girls, maybe friends that I have, maybe people at the sleepover, whatever it may be. And the question is, who will be the first to kiss a boy? Okay, so then you would make your decision based upon the 4 girls that you wrote down, who you think is going to be first to kiss a boy. And then your friend would do the same. You would place them together and see if you match. So again, you would go round and round with your friend until you reached at least 5 or 15 of the heart shapes, whichever, whatever was agreed on before you played the game. One thing that I found interesting really are these boy cards, because some of these guys are familiar too. Like, I'm gonna show you too. I swear to you, these are the same guys from Dream Phone, okay? Let's see. We've got a football player, and again, these are like way less quality. Like, I like the Dream Phone better because they're in color. It also, Dream Phone gives them names, where these are just kind of like, there's a little bit of notation like 26D. I'm not sure what that actually means. I cannot figure out where these men are. This came out in 1991. I would say these guys are probably like 20s. So I've got to think that these men are still alive. They're still around. They're probably in their 50s, early to middle 50s maybe. If anyone knows who these guys are, if it was a modeling agency, if it was out of like, I don't know, LA, or if it was in like Orlando. I'm not even sure where like Parker Brothers is based out of, but I would love to know who these guys are, how much they got paid. What is this? This is strange, but I do want to show you something that I found quite interesting. Let me find one. Ooh, I used to like him. I remember that guy. And it's funny too, because they all have like, he's got a golf club. right? Okay, well, this guy in particular. Now, some of these are dupes, but like this guy here, his name is Matt. He also appeared in Dream Phone, and let me show you. I've got my Dream Phone cards out, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, now I'm serious. This right here and this, those are the same man. Do you see? Do you see what I'm saying here? These are both the same. I mean, that is 100% the same guy, right? It's gotta be. There's other duplicates. Let me find another one. This guy, like, look at those shorts with like the shorts underneath them. That is so like 90s. I used to wear shorts like that. Okay, this guy is also in Dream Phone. Hold on just a minute, let me find him. I can't remember his name right off. I think that might be Mark. Okay. Can't get my things mixed up. Okay, so this is our Bachelor number 2, and I believe that that is Mark. I think those are the same man. To me, that looks about right. I feel like that might be this guy here. Let's keep looking, because I know this guy here too. I know this guy. Is that Tony? I don't see the earring though. Maybe? Okay, so I'm not 100% because in this one, Tony very much has the earring, but I think that these might be the same guy. Possibly. And then Mike here, I know I saw him too. Okay, I feel like this might be Mike. This is a stretch, possibly. I mean, maybe. We're really pulling at strings here. But a very fun game, just a visually pleasing game. There was someone who actually commented on my last video, my Dream Phone video, saying that they actually had re-released Dream Phone, and it was on like a flip phone that actually had like capability of texting. So that really excited me. I have been looking online to see if I can track that down. I'm only able to find it available in the UK on Amazon in the UK, and there's none available right now. I don't even know how that would work as far as like sending from the UK over here to the States. But I wanted to show this to you. This was just another one of those fun sleepover party games that we would play. But let's just go through and read some of these. Okay. So this is just a multiple choice question. It's a yellow. It says, if I had to break up with a boy, I'd tell him A, we could still be friends. B, I found someone else. C, my parents made me do it. Or D, to get lost. It's an interesting one. What would you say? If you had to break up with a boy, leave a comment. If you had to break up with a boy, would you tell them you could still be friends? You found someone else, my parents made me do it, or simply just to get lost? So interesting. These are kind of bringing up very interesting questions for, for preteen young girls to be talking about and asking. So thank you very much for joining me again. This is just another one of those games that I found, I really enjoyed. I'm also going to try to track down a copy or a board game of Mall Madness. That was a game that I played a lot growing up, but one of my good friends, Melissa, owned it, and so I never had Mall Madness, but we played it all the time whenever I'd go over to her house. So thank you again. Until next time. And like even on the cover of this box, you can see like that's Matt right there. And I forget that guy's name, but that is definitely a guy. This is like the same picture from Dream Phone. Okay, so I believe that is Matt. I believe, maybe not though. I mean, I think they're the same person, but they may not be. I don't know. I do need to find out who these men are. If anybody knows someone who at one point potentially modeled for board games, drop me their information in the comments, because I need to reach out. I need to find out who these men are, what they got paid. I'm just really curious, like how they ended up on a board game. Like their faces are just ingrained in my mind. I will see these pictures and I'm like, oh, Dream Phone, or oh, that's Perfect Match. So it's just interesting.